right, welcome back, students. What we are going to do on this second video is we are going to learn how to use our oil pastels, which are kind of like paint crayons, to fill in his eyes, his nose, some background, some texture on our cat, and then we'll use watercolor to paint it and finish up our picture for the day. So Pete the Cat is usually blue. If you don't want your Pete the Cat to be blue, you can choose any other color you wish. I'm going to go ahead and stick with blue. And to add some like fur texture on his face, I'm just going to go around and add lines to his face. This will kind of look like fur is coming down all over and give him a little bit of texture. Now if you want to add other colors, like you don't have to just stick to one color. In my last Pete the Cat, I did some purple. You can add some other colors to him. It's your Pete the Cat, so it's your choice on how you want to make him. Then what I do is I take a black oil pastel and I color in his eyes, and I color around that shine mark to leave it white. So it's kind of like his eyes are shining and he's looking at you. And then I also color his nose. So you don't have to do his eyes black. You don't have to do his nose black. Again, it's your picture, your choice. And then what you're gonna wanna do is pick out some colors and make a pattern that you like in the background. The last one I did stripes. On this one, I think I am going to do my favorite pattern, which is spirals. Now, I'm gonna wanna pick colors that are different than my cat. So if my cat's gonna be blue, I don't really want blue in the background, or my cat's face isn't going to stand out very well. So I chose some other colors besides blue, and I'm going to carefully add my spiral pattern. And wherever I get to the cat, I don't want the pattern to go over my cat, so I kind of stop right where my cat is, because he's supposed to be in front of the pattern. And if I'm drawing the pattern on top of him, it's gonna look like he's behind it. So you're gonna add your pattern. You could do spirals, you could do polka dots, you could do stripes like I did on my other one. You can make up your own pattern even if you'd like to. You do zigzags or curly lines or waves, or a combination of some of them, maybe some stripes and maybe some lines. When you're working with the oil pastels though, the important thing is to try not to touch the paper too much or where the oil pastel is, because it will get all over your hands, and then your hands will get little fingerprints everywhere and it'll start to get your picture all smudgy. And so you want to try your best to just avoid putting your hands all over it and getting that oil pastel all over the place. Once you've got your Pete the Cat's patterns done and his texture on his face, the last thing you're gonna do is use your watercolor paints to paint your Pete the Cat. Now when you go back to your table, your Indian ink should be dry unless there was a big huge puddle. Most of mine is all dry. If you have a big huge puddle, when you go to paint your cat, that puddle may leak into your paint and kind of make it all muddy and just kind of turn it black. So if it's really, really wet still, try not to paint next to it so that that water doesn't combine together and then make your Pete the Cat black. If you're not sure if yours is okay to paint, you can always raise your hand and let me know. And as soon as I have a moment, I can come over and give you some help with that. In the background, I'm just gonna paint. You can do it like one color, you can do it rainbow colors. It's your choice. Just remember when you're using your water paints that you need water. You pet the paint nicely. You don't stab it and hurt it. You pet it like you would pet your dog. And you wouldn't pet your dog by stabbing him and spinning it around. You would just lightly brush on your pet, and then you can use that paint. It shouldn't be dark because watercolors aren't really dark. So if yours is super, super dark, then you're probably using too much paint instead of, like, you're not using enough water. Your paint needs to be kind of watery and spread out nice and easy. Where it gets scratchy like this, That means I need more water and paint on my brush to make my brush happy again. So I'll continue this until I'm done painting. And when you go back to your seats, again, start with your oil pastels, make a texture, choose a pattern, and be careful not to touch all of the edges.